Hello, guys, welcome to this week's episode of Know Your Rights series. So, last week we talked about the fundamental objective and directive principles of state policy. Just a recap, we mentioned that it is not enforceable, but we also mentioned that without these rights, the fundamental human rights, it's difficult to enjoy, if not even impossible. You know what I mean? To know more about that, go to last week's video. So this week we're going to be talking about each and every principles listed in these rights, that are among these rights. Okay, so the first one we'll be talking about this week is the fundamental principle of democratic government. So what does this mean? So what this contains is that the Federal Republic of Nigeria shall be a state based on the principle of democracy and social justice. What this means is that there must be free election. Our government, we must decide who would be our government. There are representatives in government, and the election should be free and fair. That is what it means to say that it will be democratic. The Federal Republic of Nigeria will be based on the principles of democracy. So they're not supposed to impose any government on us. We're supposed to choose our government ourselves in a fair election. And this is the reason why we have elections, and this is the reason why we vote during election. So we are the ones who decide who should actually be in government. We have a lot of power. We have more power than the government because we choose who will be there. We pay them to be there, and we pay them to govern us in a way that will make us happy. So, do you see the kind of power you own in your hands? You see, that is why when people try to sell their votes, the voters card, sell their rights for how much? Oh my gosh, it shows that they really do not understand the power that they have. You need to know that without your vote, those people will not be there. It's just like you are let's say, okay, you're Dangote, and then you employ people to work for you, and then those people that are working for you want to determine how you should run your business. No, it is you that is the owner that should determine how your business should be run, and those people should be at your service, because you can fire them when you want, following due process. That is how the government of the day should be. We are the people that have that power, and we can, if they are not being productive, if they are not governing us in a way that is beneficial to us, we have the power to remove them, to fire them, in other words, in the proper way, by impeaching them, following the proper means. So you have to understand this power that you have. And then social justice. What social justice entails is that everybody should be given their fair due, what really duly belongs to them socially. If you're giving education, the education should go round. Justice for all socially. What this also democratic principle also contains is that sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom government through the constitution derives all its power and authority. This is likened to what I just finished discussing about. So it is the people, the citizens of Nigeria, that has the sovereignty It's not the government that is sovereign. It's not the government that is that has the power and authority to be a state. Sovereignty means that you have the power and authority to be a state on your own. So without infringement. So it is you and I who are the citizens of Nigeria. It is written right there in the Constitution. Who are the ones that are sovereign, and are the ones that gives the power to the government to govern us in a way that is beneficial to us. So I want you to understand the steps. It is not the government that has the power. They cannot take the power by themselves. Without us, there is no sovereignty. Without us, there is no power. Without us, there is no Nigeria. We are Nigerians, and the government owes it to us to govern us in the proper way. Although, like I said, these rights are not enforceable. The only thing we can do when the government is not doing what we ask them to do is to remove, like I said, fire. If I have to bring it down to the normal language you may understand of employer-employee, we impeach that government and vote in someone else. That is, we fire the employee and we employ someone else that will be productive. So what's this democratic principles also states that the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of the government. So this is the Constitution talking, not me. The primary purpose of government is our security and our welfare. This has covered everything: education, good road, transportation, water supply, welfare, shelter, food. So if a government cannot provide for our welfare and security, that government has failed now, hasn't it? Okay, so security, these are the primary purpose of government. Primary. So that is the number one thing the government should be focused on. Not getting expensive cars, not getting expensive houses, not welfare. My dear, welfare. That's the number one thing. So it is not just for you and I to know our rights. It's also because tomorrow it is the same you and I that may be in government. So you have to know these things, so that when you are even in government, you will understand what you are doing there. Because you cannot give what you do not have. So sometimes I wonder if those in government really know their primary purpose. But it is also for us, when they forget, even if they know, let's assume they know, when they forget, we bring it back to them. Right now in Nigeria, there is insecurity. It is becoming the normal in Nigeria. The government sometimes doesn't even see that they owe us a responsibility of security, which is supposed to be the primary purpose of the government. If you are insecure, is there any reason why you are alive? Should you even be alive? Because you are afraid to go out. When you go out, you are hot, you are armed, you may be killed, you may be kidnapped and asked to pay ransom. So we should be active in government. We should be active in our governance. Another thing that this entails is participation by the people in their government Participation by the people in their government shall be ensured in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. So we have to participate in government according to the provisions of the Constitution. You have to vote, and you have the right to be voted for. You have the right to vote. You have the right to put in, to be represented in government, in You vote in those that will represent your constituency at the state level, at the federal level, even at the local level. So tell me, have you been participating in government? You know, I've been thinking of this. There should be an office of the citizen. Because we citizens, we have so much power. We are the government. We should be in charge. We should not say that politics is for the dirty people, is a dirty game. Come on, this politics is our welfare. We've seen it in the constitution. The primary purpose is for our security and our welfare. So if you say you don't want to participate, tell me who will. Then you're throwing away that's your right. You're giving it away to those that are in the wrong hands to take it and make decisions for you. We have to start making decisions for ourselves. We are powerful. The Constitution has said it. The composition and conduct of the affairs of the government of the federation or agency shall be carried out in such a manner as to reflect the federal character of Nigeria, to promote national unity. Okay, so there are two sides of this, and I have a problem with one side. First of all, the constitution is trying to promote national unity. Fine and good. The constitution is talking about federal character. Those in federal government agency and state government and the agencies should reflect federal character. The reason for this is that it doesn't want one tribe to be dominant to dominate an agency. So that no tribe will feel cheated and no tribe will want to divide the nation. But I think that is what we are facing now. Constitution tried so hard to make sure this doesn't happen, but that is what is happening right now. Some tribes feel they have been marginalized, and now they want to I think they want to come out of government and form their own state. That is not the solution. In as much as that is not the solution, that doesn't mean that the government of the nation should be marginalizing a particular tribe. The problem I have with this provision is that sometimes when we try to use the federal character to put people in government agencies and parastatals and ministries, we tend to employ people based on their tribe, not based on competence. But then I still know that they are good and better people for every position if you search very well, properly. If you make that search public, you see people from every ethnic group. If you say that this ministry should be headed by people from this ministry should be headed by an Abia state. Let's start from the first state or alphabetically. Ministry of Environment should be headed by Abia. Ministry of Education should be headed by Adamawa State. If you search through Abia, you will see somebody that is very competent to hold that position. If you search through the whole of Adamawa, you see somebody that is very competent to hold that position. So it is actually possible. What the constitution is envisaging is actually possible that you could have people in different government parastatals from different states, that is using the federal character to achieve this. But what we have turned out to do is just to fill in the gaps without putting in the right people. I'm of the opinion that the right people should be put in place. And right now, this has caused, and right now they don't even care anymore. They're not even following the constitution. They're just putting in people from one sector. That is what other regions feel. People from one region, one ethnic group, and now this is causing a divide. No more unity. A lot of people are fighting that they will Biafra, they want to leave. Arewa, they want to leave. The constitution has tried so hard to make sure this doesn't happen, but our government are not being sensitive to all of this. And the worst part of it is, remember, we cannot enforce this. It is saddening. So, therefore, ensuring that there shall be no predominance of persons from a few states or from a few ethnic or other sectional group in government or in any of his agencies. So no tribe, no ethnic group, no section should dominate a part of government, an agency. It should be shared equally. To end the session, I'm going to say that the essence of this provision is to promote a sense of belonging and loyalty among all the peoples of the Federation. It is to be used as, like they say, a shield, not a sword. You're not supposed to use it to cut people off. We're supposed to use it to protect us, to give us unity. So you shouldn't use it only when it suits you. You should use it to promote unity. Thank you very much. And so next week we're going to be talking about the other directive principles. So stay tuned. I hope you have enjoyed this session and look out for next week. Next week Monday I'll be posting the other session. So turn on your notification. Don't fail to do that so that when it comes in you can listen and learn. And don't forget to comment. Let's go to the comment section. Engage me if you have questions. Let's get engaged. Let's talk about all these issues, all these pressing issues. Let's talk about your rights. Let's talk about you and I. Let's talk about Nigeria. Let's talk about one nation. Let's talk about unity. Bye.